Hello, namaste. My name is Nidhi Nagori and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time around here, then hey, welcome to the channel. I make a bunch of videos related to career. In today's video, I'm out with you yet again discovering another unconventional field in the world of finance, which is underwriting. We have Sachin here with us who's going to talk about what the field is like, what is it that he does at work every day, what are the opportunities like, and what is it like to be working as an underwriter in Toronto. So if you're interested, make sure that you stick around. Also, another thing that I want to point out is that these videos are shot using internet. कभी-कभी internet connection stable नहीं रहता है, तो कुछ seconds की disturbance हो सकता है आपको देखने मिले. So please bear with that. And if you like the video, then all you have to do is click on the thumbs up down below. Let me know in the comments what else do you want to see on my channel. For better user experience, use headphones. So that's a lot of talking in one intro. Now let's get straight into the video and learn about the field. फील्ड के बारे में कभी सुना नहीं था. It's only when I came across Sachin's profile I was like, अच्छा ये भी काम हो सकता है. So thank you so much for taking our time on a weekend, Sachin. And let's quickly start with your introduction.
Sure. First of all, thank you so much, Nidhi, for having me on your channel. I'm really excited to be here. Just a quick introduction. I was born and raised in Mumbai. That's where I completed my master's degree in finance from. Through the course of my career, I have had the opportunity to work into hedge fund administration. I've been an equity research analyst. I've worked into financial advisory, and in my most recent and current role, I work as an underwriting analyst. I moved to Toronto in 2018, and since then have been living and working here. So that's pretty much a summary of my career and my life.
Okay, that's a very unique career because you've done a lot of fields in finance. So I'm going to straight up ask, what is this world of underwriting like?
Oh, for sure. So it's really about identifying risks, the different risk factors. So let me explain with an example. I'm not going to go into too many technicalities, but just think about it. There's a stranger that asks you for $100. Are you going to lend it to them? Probably not. But if a very dear friend asks you for $100 and wants to borrow it, and they say that they want to pay you back, you might just I might not, but you might just. But many people might just give $100 to their friend. What is essentially happening here is you do not know that stranger, but you know your friend. You know what they are like. You know they may pay you back or they will pay you back. So that's the world of underwriting without any structure. When it comes to underwriting so there are two industries where underwriting is really big. Number one would be commercial lending, and the other would be insurance. So when banks do underwriting for commercial lending, or when insurance companies underwrite for the purpose of issuing policies, what they're really doing is getting from that place wherein they do not know the individual at all, that individual is a stranger, to a place where they know that individual, they know what they are like, they know their repayment abilities and things like that, their financial strength and other things, and then they are able to make a decision. So just like think of probably a time when you apply to get an insurance policy, and they ask you 50 million questions about what your dad's health is like, what your mom's health is like, what are you a smoker or a non-smoker, where do you live, and all things and things like that. What they're really doing is they're just trying to get to know you as a person so that they can decide how risky are you. Should we really give Nidhi an insurance policy of $1 million? And if we do, what should we charge you? Should we charge you $100 a month, or should we charge you maybe $20 a month? Something like that.
Okay, that sounds very interesting actually. And I did not know there's a lot of background work when I go and apply for insurance. So
yeah, there is. So that's the underwriting department for you. That's the background work.
Okay, what is a typical day in your work life like?
Oh, for sure. So it's really a lot of analysis, and because you have, as an underwriting department, you have asked whether it's in insurance or in commercial lending, you ask a lot of questions. and then you end up getting a lot of information back to you, and this information is in the form of financial statements. It is a lot of data and things that you need. You then go back to your you then take back with you from the person who has applied, and then you analyze all of it. And by analysis, what you're doing is you're really trying to identify the risk. You're trying to understand if I am to lend someone $500,000, will they be able to pay it back, or are they just going to declare bankruptcy? If what should be the interest rate that I am trying to what that I should charge to that person? So essentially, that's a lot of analysis in a day that you do, because there's a lot of information that you have with you.
Okay. And is there like a specific field that people work in, or do underwriters work in with all kind of industries and all kind of customers?
Oh, sure. So underwriting is done in many industries, but the two most popular would be commercial lending, which is basically for businesses, wherein a business would go to a bank and apply for a loan. That's when underwriting would happen in the financial institution. And the other would be insurance, wherein someone would apply for a policy, and then an underwriting would happen within the insurance company for that applicant.
Okay.
So these are the two major industries.
What do you think are the certifications that one needs to have to start off in a field like this?
Oh, sure. So, this is not a underwriting is not a regulated profession, but in terms of certification, companies generally look for some kind of university degree, and that could be either in finance or accounting. It could even be in mathematics or insurance. So if you have one of these, it really works in your favor.
Okay. How do you think this field is going to do after the pandemic? Now we have risks that are so different, and the times that we're living in is so crazy. Do you think this is a field that's going to have a lot of opportunities post-pandemic?
Sure, that's a very interesting question. So the thing really is that underwriting would be impacted the same way that industry gets impacted. So what I mean by that is, let's just take two examples. So we are talking about commercial lending, and the other is insurance. So in commercial lending, if businesses are not applying for loans, then there would be less of underwriting, and the underwriting industry would take a hit. There could probably be job losses because there's little work. However, again, at the same time, if you look at insurance, and if people are becoming more conscious and getting maybe more health insurance coverage, or higher life insurance coverages, things like that, then the underwriting industry for that for the insurance sector is going to boom, because there are going to be more applicants, there's going to be more work. So it really depends on how the industry the sector is impacted, and that's how the underwriting of that sector gets impacted.
Okay. All right. I think this has been a great conversation. I think this is also great insight into the field of underwriting. So thank you so much for taking our time today, Sachin. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm also adding his LinkedIn link below. Make sure you go connect with him. If you have questions, reach out to him. I'm sure he's happy to help.
Sure.
And we'll obviously stay in touch. Take care, stay safe, and thank you once again.
Thank you.
Okay.